Hi, welcome back to Meta Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. I'm Jeff Rappaport.
Matt Givens.
Alex Poole.
Neil Jameson.
And we're back with part 3 or 4, depending on where this ends up editing. So, I'd like both of you to tell me your craziest date story. Craziest date you ever went on.
Go ahead. Date the fruit. Oh, dude, go ahead. Ladies first.
Well, it was many years ago. I think it was when I first started driving. We went to a place in Tennessee called Gatlinburg, which is the Smoky Mountains and all that stuff. And I decided to take a romantic drive up in the mountains. And I took a wrong turn and did a U-turn in the driveway of a chalet or whatever. And my front tire got stuck off the edge of the mountain. And I had no idea where I was. So that's about as crazy as it gets for me.
That you almost went over a cliff?
I almost went over a cliff.
Did it kill the romance?
No.
Okay.
No?
well,
No.
That's not
I'll just
so
leave it
bad.
at that.
Okay.
It's not a total loss.
Gentlemen never kiss and tell.
That's right.
I'm not a gentleman, but I don't have anything wholesome.
It doesn't have to be wholesome.
That's nice and wholesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I don't have.
We don't expect wholesome. We're kind of surprised by that story.
Yeah.
Seems like that
I'm very.
So you're playing on a we expect.
That almost seemed like a
sacrifice
love
goats
connection
and shit.
story.
It kind of was.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was very unfortunate for me because
You almost died.
I almost died.
Gives you a lot of pressure.
There's so many
Can you
to
top
choose
death?
from.
Well, pick
Yeah,
some.
I
You-
can.
You can tell more than one.
Well, all right. I was dating a girl a few years ago, and actually more than a few years ago. God damn it, I'm old. And so we would be mid-copulation, but she would have to stop so that she could go to corner area of her room to snort cat tranquilizers.
What?
Mm-hmm. And then she'd be, you want some? It's like, no. And then I realized that while I was dating her, every time that I would have to spend time with her in an intimate setting, I would have to drink an entire bottle of whiskey before anything happened so that I could deal with it.
Wow.
And so this ended because it wasn't me. She wanted me to move in. And I said no. And she didn't understand why. So she said, well, I can't be with you if I can't see you every day. Okay, then. Do I have any other good ones? Once took a girl out on a date. And so we went back to my apartment. I was living in Wildwood, New Jersey at the time. I spent a summer there. And so she and I were...
Were you doing the whole tan thing and everything?
No, I worked in a
Laundry.
haunted house there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was very, very pale. But we were getting intimate. Put my hand right here, right by the knee, on her. It's where her pubic hair started.
Ew.
And I went up a little bit, and
Get stuck.
it got worse and worse. It was like you go from Samuel L. in Shaft to Samuel L. in Pulp Fiction. And so I stopped her. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, I didn't shave today. Today? It's like you've got Soul Train going on under there. So I was like, look, you got to get out of here. She's like, but there's people out there. They'll know. So they'll know that I had, smart enough not to fuck you. So she leaves. 2 days later, she comes back, and I'm drinking a vodka and cranberry. And I'm noticing that this drink is not going down no matter how much I drink it. And I was told later that she was behind me anytime I wasn't paying attention, filling up my glass. And so she and I went into my room and had about 2 minutes of the most disappointing sex that any woman could ever ask for. And I realized, I was like, holy shit, this is terrible. I took the condom, instead of flushing it, I threw it under my bed, thinking maybe she was too drunk and she'll forget this ever happened. And then I went out and slept in the kitchen. And the next morning, she woke me up, swinging it, like, remember what we did last night? It's like, unfortunately, yes.
You got more of these. These are wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying them.
yeah.
Yeah. You got more? We could do a whole segment of these.
My failed love life.
We would do a dating show one time when you can come back.
No.
We got a girl and we'll have like three out bachelors. We should do that. Will you come back for that if we do that?
I'll host it. I'll be the consolation prize for one of the poor bastards. But no, those are the two that really stick out. If I'm going to embarrass myself publicly, those are definitely pubically.
Yeah.
Biblically speaking.
Like right at the knee. Like who the fuck does that?
Wow, that's.
That doesn't seem right. Now tell me about your other jobs. You were talking earlier about you working record stores, whatever. Do you work in that one? The one in Ocean City, is that the one where you walk in and it's like a regular souvenir shop, and then your shop is actually like in the back of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Sure thing.
Yeah, that's what you said, right? Maria, what it's called? The shop that we go
Yeah,
to.
it just has that one banner in front of the
You
CDs.
had you found out what it was.
Yeah, but you said that's what you said it was called. Sure thing.
No, you did. At first, I said Tunes on the Dunes.
Oh, Tunes on the
They
Dunes.
closed.
Yeah, no, they haven't been around in a while. I actually used to buy a lot of interesting metal at Tunes on the Dunes. They had a box underneath the counter that if you went in and you asked for it, they would pull it out. And like they had like Vlad Tepes and Beharit and all kinds of shit. So
Really?
it was
I should have
weird.
known about that one.
No, but your store, that's funny. I wonder, like, it's funny how you probably see people you don't even know it. You know how long you've been working at that store?
Since May of 2011.
Yeah, so yeah, I was there. So it's probably, I probably was in there, and like, I remember thinking to myself, this is cool, like, they have metal, like
Yeah,
on the
section.
boardwalk. It was just like, have you been to that
Yeah,
store?
they have a pretty good section of metal.
Yeah,
for,
it's a whole
for
big
a boardwalk
thing.
store.
And they have all the shirts and stuff up. And I remember talking, might even
shirt.
talk to you like, oh, you got this and this. And the guy was just kind of looking like, yeah, whatever.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
I don't have very good disposition with people.
I was like, hey, you got violence in here? Yeah. And the guy was just like, blah, blah, blah. The fuck out of my store.
No, that wasn't me. I know
Punch him
exactly.
right in the face.
I know the guy who you're talking about. He's a bit of a dick. But yeah, I in the summer, I work out of there. But my full-time career is I manage our main location in Mays Landing, and I'm there about 70 to 80 hours a week.
Yeah, I've worked retail before. It's harrowing.
Yeah, and of course, this being the week before Black Friday, it's absolutely brutal. But I'm lucky in the fact that I can bring in tons of metal, tons of good punk, and then I can help out friends of mine who, I like their band, so I can stock it. And then I can try to bullshit people.
And you can promote it.
Yeah.
Right. See, I managed a comic book store. That's why I figured we could relate a little bit in that way. I managed a comic book store for years. And I was in a similar situation where I was like, brought in the kind of comic books I wanted people to read.
Yeah.
And I was able to influence people. And I also played metal all the time in there, so made people listen to metal constantly even when they didn't want to. So you play metal in there? In the store? Are you allowed
My
to?
first year, I wasn't supposed to. I was told that I'm menacing to old people. And
My CDs to old people buy anyway.
shockingly, a good amount.
Good point.
But then,
Where's the needle go?
I guess nowadays.
Where's the needle go?
I guess nowadays they do. Since
Yeah.
all the kids download.
crank a CD player?
I'd be happy to tell some of these people where to slit a needle. But my boss started realizing that, hey, this metal shit kind of sells every once in a while. Like initially I was like, all right, I want to get us a run of Burzum shirts. It's like, well, no, that's just never done well for us. Just trust me. If it doesn't sell, you can take it out of my paycheck. Burzum shirts. Gone. All right, let's try Burzum, then Dark Throne. Burzum, Dark Throne, Mayhem. And then...
Now, they all fans or just people that thought they were cool looking shirts?
I mean, you do get the occasional, oh, that shirt's really fucking cool. And, they'll buy it and want to talk to me about, like, their glory days or ask me if I want to buy their record collection or whatnot. And then, of course, you get, the white belt, thick glasses, like, oh, Burzum's ironic. He doesn't like Jews, right? I'm a Jew. I'll buy that. And, he'll listen to Iron and Wine and, wear his Burzum shirt. Hey, that's fine, because his money's just as green as everyone else's.
Right.
I do not give a shit.
Yeah.
He's paying my paycheck either way. But I've started cultivating a good amount of people who actually are like, I can't believe I can get this around here. I thought I'd have to go to Philly.
Right.
I thought I'd have to go to New York. I thought
There's
I'd
not
have
really
to
any
work
place in
online.
Philly anymore. There used to be that Rock and Roll.
Rock and Roll Plus. Yeah.
Right, and that's
B-Lab
gone.
store.
Yeah, all those stores are gone.
We actually have Rock and Roll Plus's old
Merch?
their entire stock. My boss purchased.
Oh, he bought all that.
Yeah. So in a sense, it lives on eBay anyway, because I'm not going to put out really good shit for here's $13.99. You can get $70 for it on eBay, but
And when you sell it on eBay, does your boss give you a cut when you make money for it?
I don't even get a fucking hearty handshake and a smile.
You just do it kind of for fun?
I do it because I dropped out of college when I was younger. I've basically wasted my life for black metal, and so this is a job that I'm qualified for. Not only am I qualified for it, but I've grown the business substantially. I've branched this out into eBay. I've grown our Amazon store. I've grown both stores' followings dramatically. In a sense, business is what I'm really cut out for. I just don't have a degree in it. I can speak the language. You give me a failing shop and I can turn it around. I'm really good at that shit.
But you don't get any kind of compensation for your efforts?
I get a yearly raise, and occasionally I'll get a beer. It's more now.
You got a job.
Yeah,
A lot of
outside
people-
of
A lot of
survival.
people don't even have that. And you love your job, right?
No.
You don't love your job.
I hate my job. I hate every person that comes in there. It's mind
I
numbing.
mean, you've read the stories, haven't you?
No, but I kind of sympathize. I said when I worked at the comic book store, I loved it at first. Did you love it at first?
I like the paycheck. I
You didn't like the
people.
job?
I don't like people. I like
I'm with you.
a small group of people. Like, you guys seem okay, so right now I like you.
Okay.
I like Alex barely.
Barely.
Like, my girlfriend's pretty cool. And maybe 5 other people are really great. But when it's a random person that comes in and it's just it's grating. It's the same cadence every fucking time. I can tell what
That's
question they're
why
going to
I
ask
can't do that
before they come in.
Yeah, actually, I have a question for you. I think what's the most